When I was a kid, some of my favorite players in baseball were Grady Sizemore and Albert Pujols, so what did I do? I asked my mom if she could buy me Grady Sizemore batting gloves or Albert Pujols Marucci bat. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through every single player and every single brand in Major League Baseball and figure out who is the best from Nike, who's the best from Adidas, Jordan, Rawlings, Wilson. We're going to talk about all of that right now. So we're going to go ahead and keep it to the most popular brands that everyone knows about. And if you guys want to use code Fuzzy on Seatgeek to save $20 off, that'd be really awesome. Save some money. Without further ado, let's start talking about the players that are signed to Nike. Have you guys ever seen the movie called Like Mike? It's actually one of my favorites of all time. I've probably watched it 30-40 times with my brothers. Like Mike is about a kid who finds old Michael Jordan shoes, he puts them on, and he gets the talent of Michael Jordan. Honestly, I feel like a lot of kids are doing that with baseball, and our first player on the list, the best player that plays for Nike, has to be Mike Trout. This kid came from New Jersey. I think he was drafted the 23rd or 25th overall pick, and you know what his agent told him? He said that, Mike, you're gonna earn your money, take the money and show the world what you're made of. And guess what? He just got a contract for $430 million. So that's just all of his intangibles. Let's talk about his stats. We are witnessing one of the greatest players to ever play this great game of baseball. I'm not saying that he's better than Babe Ruth or Willie Mays or Hank Aaron or Barry Bonds, if you think that Barry Bonds in the conversation, Ken Griffey Jr. But what I am saying is that when it's all said and done, he will be in the conversation for the GOAT, because through 7.5 seasons, so he's not done with 2019, obviously, he has a 70.9 career WAR. That's more than some people that are in the Hall of Fame already. On a 162 game average, he averages a 307 average with 122 runs, 180 base hits, 38 home runs, 101 RBIs, 28 stolen bases, and a 1000 OPS. So all of those stats just scream that he is one of the better overall players in baseball history. So the fact that Nike signed him to a deal and he only wears Nike stuff, I think that's pretty cool. A lot of my friends and a lot of my younger friends always like to go for the Mike Trout cleats. Even if you play MLB The Show, the most expensive cleats are always Mike Trout. So I don't know who the other players are, doesn't really matter. Mike Trout is the best from Nike. Now let's talk about Under Armour. If you asked me 4 years ago who the best player that is signed to Under Armour, I think the easy pick would be Bryce Harper, and that was because back in 2015, our best Under Armour player wasn't even in the league. We're talking about Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger is kind of a weird case because we all know that he has the talent to be one of the better players in baseball. He's proving that in 2019. If we go back to 2017, his rookie year, he was a beast. But that 2018, that was one of those things where people were starting to look at him and think, is Cody Bellinger actually the real deal? Well, if we fast forward to this year, he is showing that he is here and he is here to stay. In the first half of 2019 alone, Cody Bellinger had a 6.7 WAR with 30 home runs, 71 RBIs, a 334 batting average, and an 1118 OPS. I hope you guys can kind of put that into perspective. Most guys can't even do that in a full season, and if they did, they would consider that a great season. Not many people can do that in one half of baseball, and he's only 24 years old, so he's not in his prime like Mike Trout is now, having his best season ever. So if Cody Bellinger is going to get even better, I think Under Armour, they have a really good player on their hands, and for quite some time too. Coming up next, we have the brand that I would probably rep if I played Major League Baseball, mostly because I really like their Audi Zero cleats. So if you guys didn't get the hint, Audi Zero, that's from Adidas. So we're going to talk about the best players from Adidas, the choices that we have. This is going to be really tough because there's Alex Bregman, Aaron Judge, Chris Bryant, Carlos Correa. There's so many players signed to them that are just off the charts, so I couldn't really think of one. I couldn't pinpoint it because I love Chris Bryant. Aaron Judge is a stud, so is Alex Bregman. So I left it up to Twitter, and you guys chose the third baseman from the Houston Astros, Mr. Alex Bregman. I might be a little bit biased here, but I'm glad that you guys chose Bregman because he is not the biggest of human beings, just like me and a lot of people watching right now. So the fact that he puts up MVP numbers along with his teammate Jose Altuve, and he's not very tall, I really think that means a lot for Adidas because a lot of average height players are going to go and use those cleats. Maybe that's just me. Back in 2018, it was his best season in Major League Baseball. He was in the top 5 for MVP as he finished with 31 home runs, 103 RBIs, and a 926 OPS. Followed up that by an all-star first half in 2019 where he smacked 24 bombs, had 58 RBIs, and a 934 OPS. So he's on pace to have an even more productive season. How are you not going to go with Bregman? I know that Aaron Judge is really good, and so is Chris Bryant. Also, guys, quick little hint, Aaron Judge will be in the video, so don't freak out. But I think that Alex Bregman is the best player from Adidas, and you guys agree with me on Twitter. Coming up next, we have the Jordan brand. Now, this one's going to be pretty tough tough because we have Mookie Betts and Manny Machado. No disrespect to Manny Machado, but I do have to give the slight edge to Mookie Betts. He's not having the best offensive 2019.
3-1. Oh my, a high fly ball left field. Mookie Betts. Mookie does it again for the third time.
All right, well, that's cool too. I mean, yeah, sure, Mookie Betts. Proving my point, so thank you. I think we all know Mookie Betts for being one of the best overall hitters in baseball because he gets on base. I think he had 200 hits in 2018 en route to winning his first MVP award. I think that honestly he has 1 or 2 more MVPs in his back pocket, and something that I don't think he gets enough credit for is his defense. He has one of the better arms in all of right field. He can track baseballs down. He has a really good glove, so I think Mookie Betts as an overall player for the Jordan brand, I think that he just beats Manny Machado. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back to you. Do you disagree or agree with any of my picks? So a quick little recap: we have Mike Trout as the best player from Nike, Cody Bellinger is the best player from Under Armour, Alex Bregman was my choice and Twitter's choice for the best player from Adidas, and then last but not least we have Mookie Betts from Jordan. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go ahead and move into the Rawlings, the Wilsons, and the Maruccis, all those different kind of things, so sit tight. It's about to get even spicier. There were so many good options for our next brand. We have Rawlings. Rawlings is really known for making gloves first and foremost, so the player that I'm going to choose out of every single player is Nolan Arenado. He uses the Heart of the Hide Pro 1260i. I have no idea what that means, but all of you baseball nerds out there that know what that means, you're probably like, yeah, that's a great glove. I want it. We all know that Arenado is no joke inside the batter's box as he averages a 292 BA with 34 home runs, 115 RBIs, and an almost 900 OPS, but I think the thing that really stands out about Arenado is his defense. He has a 36.1 career WAR, and 14 of that has come from the defensive side over at the hot corner, so he's on pace to win his 7th straight Gold Glove. Nolan Arenado has to be one of the best, if not the best third baseman in all baseball, maybe aside from our next player. I might be wrong about this, but I feel like the 2 biggest brands in terms of fielding gloves in baseball has to go to Rawlings, which we've talked about with Nolan Arenado, and then Wilson, who has a lot of different athletes, but in my opinion, if we're picking the best fielder, we have to go with Matt Chapman with the A2K 1787. Again, I have no idea what that means, but quick little fun fact from Fuzzy: Nolan Arenado and Matt Chapman went to the same high school. Imagine trying to get a baseball down the line for a double with these 2 guys playing third base. Yeah, it's not happening. If you guys are Nolan Arenado fanboys, don't take this the wrong way because I'm too in that same club. I love Nolan Arenado. But aside from Andrelton Simmons and maybe Brandon Crawford, I think that Matt Chapman is the most valuable infielder in all of baseball. Last year in 2018, Matt Chapman actually finished in the top 10 for MVP, in large part because he won his first platinum glove. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think that's going to be his last one. His fielding percentage in 2018 is currently worse than where it's at in 2019. So if he keeps up the pace, we're going to see Matt Chapman winning his 2nd consecutive platinum glove. That's just unheard of. So we've talked about some huge brands with Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, and Jordan. We talked about more baseball specific brands such as Rawlings and Wilson. We're going to go ahead and continue that trend. We're going to talk about some baseball bats, most notably Marucci and Louisville Slugger. Let's do it. I told you guys at the very beginning of this video that my first ever wood bat was the Albert Pujols Marucci bat, and I loved it until I broke it. It's such a sad, I want to cry just thinking about it. But for 2019's sake, I don't think that Albert Pujols is the player that he once was. That's just with age and attrition, everything like that. So we're gonna go with Francisco Lindor because in 2018, the dude had 183 base hits, 38 home runs, 92 RBIs, and an 871 OPS. Yeah, I think he made Marucci look pretty good. With Francisco Lindor, you get the full package, so you're getting his amazing skills inside the batter's box. You're also getting his passion for baseball, the fact that he plays at 100% every single time that he steps onto the diamond. So Francisco Lindor, a potential future Hall of Famer to secure the bag. I think that's really awesome. And coming up next, we have maybe the 2nd biggest bat company, at least in terms of wood bats. I don't know the stats behind it, but we're gonna go with Louisville Slugger. I think it's safe to say that 2018 was the year of Christian Yelich because he was very good in the first half, but in the second half, he closed his eyes and he envisioned, I don't know, maybe the spirit of Babe Ruth or the spirit of Barry Bonds because his numbers were stupid. He had 25 bombs with 67 RBIs, a 367 batting average, and a 1219 OPS, which is absolutely ridiculous, but it gets even better because in the first half of 2019, I didn't think that he was going to be able to repeat it, at least to that level. He got even better. He had 6 more home runs, the same amount of RBIs with 67, a 353 batting average, so it did drop, went from 367 357 all the way down to 353. I know he sucks, but his OPS was even higher at 1264. So guys, Christian Yelich is even better, even though he won MVP last year. It just doesn't make sense. How is he doing this? So if you're a Louisville Slugger, I'm pretty sure you are sitting pretty right now with the fact that you have the best offensive player, maybe aside from Mike Trout, in all of baseball, using your product. And if I'm going to Dick's Sporting Goods or any place that sells baseball bats, and if I see Christian Yelich on the sign, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna buy it because he's one of the best. I'm a left-handed hitter. I want to beat Christian Yelich. Louisville Slugger with the steal of the century. I told you guys that we were going to bring up Aaron Judge at some point throughout this video, and we're going to do that in just a second. Before we do, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, because I don't want to talk about it too in-depth, but you guys have to let me know who is the best baseball player that uses Franklin batting gloves, because I feel like we could talk about it, but there's just so many players, and we've already talked about one or two of them in this video already. So let me know, who do you think is the best player that is sponsored by Franklin? Without further ado, Aaron Judge and Oakley's. That is a match made in baseball heaven. It feels like such a long time ago that Aaron Judge made his debut for the Yankees back in 2016 when he almost won MVP. If you guys don't remember, Jose Altuve came in first place. I think Judge, he didn't win it because of these strikeouts, but aside from that, he had 128 runs with 52 bombs and a 1,049 OPS. Easily one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time. If Aaron Judge did not get injured in 2019, I think that he would have represented Oakley's in the 2019 All-Star game, but that's all perception. It's all if you think that he's good or not, because in 2019, in 43 games or so, he has a 300 batting average with 11 bombs and almost 30 RBI, so he's still doing fairly well, but he's not performing at the 2016 rate. But anyways, I feel like when he's out in right field and the sun is on him at Yankee Stadium, he just looks so perfect with his Oakleys on, and you all know that he has a cannon. He can really field it even though he's a big dude, so yeah, I'm giving my pick for the Oakleys to Aaron Judge. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the biggest brands in baseball. If I missed any brands or if I missed any players from the brands that I brought up, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section down below, and do not forget to answer the question of the day: who is the best hitter that uses the Franklin brand? Make sure that you guys use code Fuzzy on Seatgeek to save $20 off baseball tickets. I know that football season is around the corner, basketball season is coming up as well, concerts. Save yourself some money. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, slap a like on this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.